Round 1 here against Hansa Brozek. And we have a not exciting but very keepable hand. Mainly because of the font. We can go get that one Forest for our splash. It'll ramp us into a turn 3 Emissary, and then hopefully we'll draw a little bit more action. Even one of our 2-drops would be quite nice. And we can wait on this font because there's no need to get the font going right away. We just get more land. Definitely looking for one of our swamps now. I still am kicking myself for not taking that first font and taking that opportunity when I had it. That would have been something quite nice. Having a really, really fun mana base, a Chromanticore in the deck, and who knows what other crazy things would have been grabbed at that point. Alright. Grab our swamp. I wonder if this person saw the... of course we draw a swamp. What if the person saw our Chromanticore earlier? Or not our, but the Chromanticore. Well, we have plenty of lands. I'm ready to not have more lands. Just need to start drawing some action, please. Though it's nice to know that any... Aww, you're taking away my feasted... Or you're taking away my Nylea's Emissary with your feasted dreams. So sad. Good card, though. We passed it. My fault. We get slammed for 2 here, and now we really need some cards. This is not what I need. Oh well. We'll just leave our manas up and hope to come out of the flood. I might just Artisan Sorrow any enchantment, even if it's a dorky enchantment, just to get the Scry for next turn to ensure that I can draw a card that's relevant. Though that would probably is not going to happen. See, my opponent didn't play it earlier, yeah. My deck can deal with 3/3s. Do I want to go down to 9 and be that far behind? I don't think I can take the damage. Yeah. Pay tribute? Pay tribute? No, tribute isn't pay. No, I do not want to pay tribute. I want to take 5 damage, yes. Because since I don't have anything in hand, like a 5/5, I'm not going to be able to deal. It's just going to do way more damage later anyway. Polish Crusher is okay. Not insane, but okay. Protection from enchantments, which isn't relevant on this board, but with the Panoply in hand, I might actually be able to start doing some blocks and holding my opponent back and not dying, but it means I'm basically forced to block, and any combat trick or removal spell happens. Okay, what are the most... I mean, there's like Necrobite, there's all the plus whatevers. I think I'm more worried about Flamespeaker Adept. The problem is a Scry card gets me pretty well. I mean, I have the Panoply if it's... But any... I guess it's only Titan Strength. 5... Which is going to get me no matter what, so I can't play around it. So if my opponent has another type of trick, though, might be okay. But, you know, Necrobite, I'm going to die. Nightmarish N. X, negative X. So it's going to be -2, -2. Is that right? That is right. Okay. So then we're okay. If my opponent has nothing else, then we're in really good shape. Oh, we are. So that's wonderful. Might be able to stabilize. Man, and we are still just flooding it on out, aren't we? Well, can't do anything about it. I have to hold my dude back for the blocks. So that's what I will do. It is nice that I can monstrosity this dude and do an 8/8 now. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. We're way beyond that. The problem is I'm at least going to be down to 2 next turn, right? There's so many cards my opponent can have to get through this. Sip of Hemlock. Not exactly anything that matters, so that's going to be the game. Can't do anything against that. Good old sippy sip sip. And we're out. Alright, well we have a Dark Betrayal, so that's going to be nice to bring on in. And I'm way less scared splashing that guy. I do think we don't need our 6 then because of it. Could be also hard to take the Setessan Oathsworn out. Bring in... Let's see, we haven't seen flyers from my opponent. Black is around, but red is one of the main colors that doesn't have flyers, so I think I'll take the Shredding Winds out for this removal spell. Am I still good with 2 swamps? I think so. Yeah, I still think I'm okay with that. What else? What else? What else? What else? What did I... Possibly could do an eye gouge thing, though we haven't actually seen great targets for it. That'd be too speculative. And again, I don't want to do the Spiteful Blow because of the mana. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep it like... Or not keep it, but I think I'm going to do that little trade out. Have Dark Betrayal instead of Shredding Winds. And try to get there. Yes, I'd like to play first. This is an okay keep. It's not grand, but we do have a 2-drop. Yeah, we're going to have to mulligan this. Bummer. This is better. Not great, but it's definitely better. Alright. What's my ideal draw here? I guess more lands are okay. We'll run out my 2/2 for sure. Get the board ripped and ready for action. Eidolon, yes, yes. Ooh, Panoply is fine. We're going to stay on the defense. I need this game to go long if I want to win it. And I do think I have the power level on the deck to do that. Probably do a Moral's Resolve here with a block. See if my opponent... Yeah. Definitely want to do that. Let my opponent waste that bolt. Still gets the Scry, which is kind of annoying. But it also prevents the attack, damage, all that fun stuff. I kind of missed an attack there. I think I should have attacked the Leaf Crown Dryad, because I don't think my opponent would have blocked, but such is the lives. But maybe I didn't want to, because that would have forced me to use the Panoply, and I really did want to get the Emissary down. Insatiable Harpy, okay. There's a flyer, of course. Happy just to start bashing through here with both. No, just the Emissary. We'll hold a Leaf Crown Dryad back for blocks if I have to play the Panoply, but I don't, so instead we'll just develop the board. See if my opponent has a combat trick. If my opponent wants to bluff a combat trick and attack in, I will let that happen, since getting a Panoply on the Leaf Crown Dryad and on the Fairies Band Thunderhooves is going to be pretty nice. Alright, so I think we attack in with both these guys, and I do think we use the Panoply now. 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's 7. I only have 6. I can't do all 3, which is fine. I really just want to do 2. I could hold it back and try to get my opponent, but my opponent clearly has a comeback trick and threw the Insatiable Harpy into the Leaf Crown Dryad. So I'm just going to make it very clear that I realize you're doing that. I'm probably going to have to throw away the Leaf Crown Dryad for that trick now. But, ooh, maybe I do end up using the Panoply. Now we'll wait then, if this is what my opponent wants to do. Yeah, that's grand. Not too sure why that block was made. Oh, Eye Gouge, that's why. So, we're going to use the Panoply to go ahead and save. And I'm pretty sure my opponent has a combat check, which is why I'm not putting the Leaf Crown Dryad there, because it's probably just going to trade anyway. So this way we get to save our Nylea's Emissary, make it bigger, and make, of course, our Tromper huge, and we should be in a good race position. And we do get to effectively 2-for-1 the opponent there. And we got, extra points of damage there with this guy. It means I missed some damage, but I think it was worth it. But of course. Aw, Hero's Downfall. Still might be in a good race situation, though. My opponent's getting a little bit low on cards. I'm going to snap block. My opponent doesn't take it. We're going to play the Demlock before combat to get rid of one of the mountains in order to ensure that... or just get a big dude, but that means my opponent will have less options for combat tricks. Oh, so wants to keep the lands around. I'm still going to go ahead and attack in with both. I'm very okay with that. My opponent doesn't have no combat tricks. If my opponent starts attacking with a Harpy, we know there's a trick, but with so much pressure on the backswing, could be okay. Leeches, 3/3, not super scary. Though double blocks are now an option for my opponent, but not against this guy. Ooh, we'll have a nice follow-up with Intimidate. Even though my opponent is playing red, currently doesn't have any way to deal with that. Am I cool with my opponent trading the Harpy with my Emissary? I don't know. That life gain's kind of scary, but I think I'm okay with just having so much of a threat on the table and getting another threat down that I don't need to be trading off cards here. Now with my opponent at 4 and I have some Intimidate coming through, if my opponent doesn't have a red creature, we have lethal next turn. Not necessarily. Any creature, that means it's not. Yeah, okay. So there's that. They do trade. But we gotta just keep putting fatties down on the table. Demlock at least does a 2-for-1. Blade Tusk Boar will trade off. I think we attack with everything here. Put up the pressure. My opponent will go to 6, though. And if only the... my opponent has good blocks-ish? Not really. These guys trade. Demlock would have to do a 2-for-1 or it has to chump. Yeah, we just get aggressive here because we have the Polish Crusher. My opponent could just go ahead and block here, but then this Demlock and this Emissary is finishing out the game, so... Understandable. Okay, gonna go to 2. I'm very okay with that. Combat trick? No? Okay, so yeah, it all trades down. I don't know if my opponent can have anything. Yeah. I don't think there's a way to get out of that situation in those colors. There's a reason for Shredding Winds now. Oh, I forgot about Arson Star. I forgot I have all these very mediocre spells that aren't that great. Creatures are good, as we saw. So let's see. Do I want to get rid of the Artifact or Enchantment Hate? We saw some iffy enchantment creatures. Nothing super grand. I'm worried about that Insatiable Harpy. Maybe we do just cut the Vulpine Goliath. Yeah, our top end's pretty nice. We have plenty of things to do in our top end. So why don't we just continue to have answers to my opponent's threats? I like that idea. And we got a keep. It's a slow keep, but good creatures. And, you know, we should have the lands to cast them. As long as my opponent doesn't have a super fast start. Ooh, if we draw a swamp in the near future, I'd be very happy. Pharika's Cure is a thing to consider. But my opponent is going to have all tons of, like, 2-drop removal spells, so I assume one of these are going to come down now, but I'm happy for the Skull Cleaver to take it. Whatever that may be. Yeah, Freakish Cure. Okay. Understandable. Alright. Who do I want down? Luca Crota or... I think Polish Crusher on turn 4 is just too good, right? My opponent can have a Lash of the Whip next turn. We still have follow-ups, though, after that. Ooh, what do you have? Oh, Nightmarish Aaron, I forgot about that. My opponent showed it to me. That was silly. Should have paid attention there. I can do the font now instead of the Lucre Coda, because I do want to get this Fate Unraveler ripped and ready for action. But I also like that my opponent's not doing things, so yeah, I think I want to be the one to continue to deploy threats. My opponent could just keep having more removal spells, which would be annoying, but we continue to have like pretty decent follow-ups anyway. You kidding me? Alright, I'm not stoked. My opponent is using 3, is taking out a lot of my permanents, but I do have follow-ups, which is really quite nice. So I will go ahead and play the Font and the Fate Unraveler. I could do the Fairies Band Thunders, but I think I want to get the Font down. Start thinning out the deck, and we can start bestowing the Nylea's Emissary. I mean, I do the Swamp, so the Font's less important. But I like this. I like this line of reasoning. Maybe it takes a sip of Hemlock. Who knows? Are you kidding me? Absolutely insane there. Okay, now I want the Thunder Hooves down. So I can get the Favor going, right? Yes. It's a bummer because I can't leave Dark Betrayal up, but I'm okay with that. Does my opponent have more removal spells? Keep having threats. My opponent has to run out of removal spells at some point, right? This at least is out of the burn range removal spells, so that's nice. And then very soon it'll be way out of removal spells, except for like a Sip of Hemlock, which we did see. Cool, so I really want this Broodmaster to go. So maybe we do the Favor on the Fairies Band Thunderhooves, make it big. It allows us to blow the Font and keep Dark Betrayal up and then get a huge Broodmaster online. I do like that. Assuming... I don't think there's anything at instant speed that kills this guy anymore, now that my opponent has used the Nightmarish End. And the cards are gone from opponent's hand. Here. Spell. Or a land. 1, 2, 3, 4. I still think we want to save this to bestow since we have it now. We'll put the Broodmaster out next turn after we blow the Font and whatnot. Feeling okay. My opponent had all the clutch removal spells, but I also had tons of amazing creature threats and was able to be the first one down on those types of things. Insatiable Harpy is going to get a Dark Betrayal quite instantly. Did I click OK? Sure. So what are we doing here? I think we just put the Emissary on, right? And then follow up the Broodmaster? Just because this is so much damage right now? Because then we're at a 2-turn clock. And that's that. Cool. See you in round 2.